you've not heard before. Echoes through the air, they roar. Unleash the beast, let your spirit soar. Fists in the air, the crowds ablaze. Moments that seal the mundane taste. No fear, no hold in this maze. Reach the peak of these wild days. It lives, Friday night lives. You die, but Friday night lives. Hosted by Deadbeat Radio. Stuntman, Marq, and Rambo Rap.
I'd like to take this time just to tell you to eat my ass.
Fists in the air, the crowds ablaze. Moments that steal the mundane taste. No fear, no hold in this maze. Reach the peak of these wild days. It lives, Friday night lives. You die, but Friday night lives. Hosted by Deadbeat Radio. Stuntman, Marq, and Rambo Rap.
Ooh, Daddy, it's that time. Friday night. It's time to party and strut and stroll all night long, all up down the boulevard with Baby Doll. So, welcome to another edition of Friday Night Lives. I'm Uncle Bill, and directly to my right is the greatest co-host, presenter of all time, Stuntman Marq, along with one of the greatest movie reviewers that has ever lived and will ever live.
It must not be me. I don't know who you're talking about. It ain't me. But always fun to be here, like always.
So tonight's show is going to be a little bit different because we actually do have a topic. We're not just like playing grab ass. What we're going to be doing, aside from, just talking and answering questions like we always do, is we're going to discuss what has become, I guess, a plague of sorts for movie fans, and that is the woke movement. A lot of people don't like it when you call it the woke movement. They don't like that word, but I can't think of really a better word right off the top of my head to describe it. You can call it, what do they call it? Progressive filmmaking, and what's the other one they call elevated
horror,
and all that. So there's a lot of different names you can call this. I call it a bunch of horse shit, really. And we're going to go through like a bunch of different movies, kind of like from the beginning of when this all started. And now keep in mind, like there's been elements of this that have like been in movies for decades, but I'm talking about when this movement really took off and Hollywood became obsessed with, certain studios, I should say, became obsessed with inserting this kind of like stuff into their movies. And it became more about inserting that shit than it did the movie itself. And I think we could all agree one of the biggest proponents for this kind of filmmaking is Disney. Disney first, probably, but also, I mean, there's a lot of others too, but I mean, when you look at a bunch of different IPs that they've kind of destroyed, HBO is another one too that does this shit constantly. When you look at Star Wars, what they did with Star Wars, you look at the Marvel universe, what they did with that, like that to me is probably the biggest overall just shit factory right now. Mm-hmm. I don't know what you guys think, but yeah.
Well, I saw a couple people in the chat say they saw Superman. I'll get into that a little bit later because I'm sure it'll come up again. But yeah, I mean, it affecting movies and cinema as a whole is one thing. Like the stuff that's coming out now in this type of era, that's one thing. But then affecting films from the past is a whole other. And I didn't necessarily hear you say censorship, but I'm sure that's probably something you bring up as well. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but the whole thing with The Abyss, which is owned by Disney technically, um, they cut out that scene with the rat. If you guys remember the scene where
Where the rat drowns, or they think it
Yeah.
drowns in the
Mhm.
liquid or whatever. Oh my god!
Why?
because they felt that it was insensitive and inhumane and et cetera, et cetera. So that's not the case on like the physical media, which I think
Right.
Cameron had more of a hand in taking care of. But the streaming version, I know that is cut out completely. I also saw another movie where they put like a disclaimer. I think it was Rush Hour, where I've seen something on that as well. Where they
Yeah, I
say-
mean, I can about guarantee that movie be cut all to hell.
Well, I don't know specifically if they've cut it, like, but I did see something about a disclaimer saying that this film has certain content and elements. Like they were saying, like it's made in a different time, so expect certain things that are not the standards of what we believe in today. Shit like that.
Why? Okay, I think everybody knows that though, right? Like, is there a need to put
You
disclaimers
think?
on? Like, if I go back and watch a movie from the 40s, like I don't sit there and think, wow, this should be exactly like shit is today. Even in the 80s, like I wouldn't have thought that. Like that doesn't even make any sense. They
Exactly.
think people are that stupid that they're just going to be like, you know what? The values reflected in this film from 40 years ago are the same as my values today.
Yeah, man, it's ridiculous. I got a couple more, but Rambo, I haven't heard from you. What's your thoughts on this whole thing?
Well, I mean, first off, the censorship. There's another movie, Crocodile Dundee, which I'm a fan of, and they made a whole different cut where they cut certain things that they felt was too inappropriate. The bit where he thought the girl was a guy, or or thought it was a girl but it was a guy, like that stuff. And then there's a Blu-ray, and it's like I like to pick up because there's features, but it's a cut version. I'm like, I don't want that. And it's a comedy. Like Rush Hour is a comedy. It's someone said it best. This whole thing, it killed comedy.
Yeah.
Because multiple shows we talked about how we can't figure out the last comedy that was worth the spit because you can't be allowed to be funny. It's ironic we're doing this today because it's the 35th anniversary of the Adventures of Ford Fairlane.
Which that movie doesn't even exist anymore, really. Like they just wipe that off the face of the earth unless you can like get a DVD of it.
We were going to do a commentary one day, and he couldn't find it. It was nowhere to rent. You can't find anywhere to watch.
Yeah.
You literally can't find it. It's not like, it's just out of whatever for a while. Like it doesn't
Circulation.
exist on any platform to stream or anything like that.
Yeah, go ahead. But I was yeah, go ahead.
People seem to still be upset over Dice's act, and I want to say it was Vice that I saw the documentary where they were interviewing a lot of people, but they were showing bits of like his previous stuff, and almost everybody in it they were like, well, it was a different time, and like that's not how it is today, and stuff like that. I just kept hearing stuff like that over and over, and I'm just thinking like this is supposed to be comedy. Well, it's hateful towards women, and I mean, now I didn't grow up in the era of Dice, but I've seen quite a bit of his stuff. Maybe you guys are just a bit older than me, but was that really a controversy back then? Was he?
No, I'll go as
Okay.
far to say that like it was controversial, but like it wasn't anything like it is now. I mean, in terms of the way that people took it, even like into the 2000s, like nobody really gave a shit. Like they saw him as more of like a washed up comedian, but like nobody gave us that much. It was only when all this stuff started happening that they really went back and talked about how horrible his act was, and people started coming out of the woodwork bashing, the act and what he said.
Yeah.
people forget that that was a character kind of like based on like a combination like John Travolta and like, I mean, it wasn't even really him. He kind of became that after a while because like you do a character for 30 years and you kind of, that's who you kind of turn into. But
Yeah.
it was it was a goof, you know. It
Right.
was like,
It
I
was
mean, it was meant to get a reaction.
yeah, the
like
Buddy
that.
Love thing from Nutty Professor. That was a big influence.
Yes, yeah, that was the kind of the
Mhm.
same thing. It was meant to be shocking. It's like Sam Kinison, same kind of thing. Those guys came out of the same ideas,
Right.
but you can't do that anymore. You can't. And there was a great comedian called Patrice O'Neill who is no longer with us, who basically said like every comedian should have the right to try things to be funny, even if they fail. Meaning you should have like the freedom of speech to say whatever you want in the context of trying to make something funny, and even if it fails, it fails. Nowadays, it's just like you don't have the freedom to do anything. Like, and if you try to do that, not only are you going to get like canceled, you're not going to have a career. You know, that's kind of like stopped now, but there was a long period of time there where they just fucked over a lot of people for years. They canceled them and they wouldn't get any work and they get ruin their careers. I can think of a lot of people like off the top of my head that happened to that didn't deserve it really either. But that whole thing, that whole movement was a part of this, like the greater kind of woke culture or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
And I can tell you when I knew we were fucked, there was two different things that happened. And I was like, this is not going to be good. And it was when they censored the French Connection and took
Oh, that's right.
they took this was probably about 5 or 6 years ago now. They took language out of the movie that they thought was offensive and edited it out. And now you can't get it any kind of streaming or anything like that. You're not going to be able to find it with that, unless you buy physical media. And the other one was, oddly enough, I was watching Disney's, I don't like Disney Plus or whatever, and they had the Adventures of Babysitting on there. And they cut out like a bunch of like curse words that the kids say in like the train fight sequence. And I'm like, like it wasn't even that bad either. Like,
No.
but they didn't want kids cursing. And I'm just like, we're at a bad spot now. Yeah, but
Yeah,
Here's
grief.
what they don't realize is that they're trying to be controlling, like it was the book 1984 almost. Like you're trying to control how people should act, how people should feel. You should do it the right way or no way. And what they don't understand is a lot of people could be rebellious. It's like a parent telling their kid to not do something. What happens? They do it anyway. And kids with their phones, they curse more than we ever did back then, I guarantee it. And it's such a stupid counterintuitive thing. It's like they do it just to get their own egotistical rocks off, to show that we're so much better. Let me show you how I'm better than you because I feel this is unacceptable. I might go fuck yourself. You know, your attitude ain't acceptable.
well, yeah, in order for this to work too, like this has got to be, it's got to be assumed that like a certain group of people know the right way to be, and they're going to tell you the right way to be, and like you kind of have to conform to that. And that's part of this, unfortunately. But I wanted to throw out some dates for you guys because I thought this would be fun to kind of like go back in time, because I was trying to figure out like, okay, what does the internet perceive as being when this fucking movement really started? So I looked up and did some research. So the modern woke movement or woke era, however you want to say that, apparently became really, really prominent around 2015. And there was a couple of things that happened, and I want to see if you guys remember these things because I'd kind of forgotten about them, but they it makes sense. Number one, there was something called the Oscars So White movement, meaning that like there was this huge backlash against the Oscars being like not diverse enough, not including too like enough like people of minority status and things like that. That was in 2015. Directly after that, the Me Too movement hit. in 2017, which that's, of course, like the whole thing with women and sexual abuse and things like that, and
Weinstein.
that
Right.
became like the big thing. And then all of that would culminate with politics, like that era of politics, which was kind of dominated by, from 2016 2020 would have been the first like term for Trump. So all of that stuff came together, and I think really it's kind of like the perfect storm with Trump coming in. It was like a huge backlash against him, as well as like his kind of like politics and things like that. So Hollywood being like its own separate kind of entity in California and things like that, that was kind of like, in my opinion, almost like a response to him becoming president. And they started like pushing all that stuff out, like against that as well. Now, the problem with that is that some of that stuff always starts out with good intentions, but ends up becoming like a huge clusterfuck. Anytime there's anything like that, like they start out with good things and then it just becomes way out of hand. So some of the first movies that you see like this, really like this, Captain Marvel. Oddly enough, they're Marvel and Disney movies, which, I mean, that kind of tracks. Black Panther stuff starts to shift towards like identity related films where everything's based on like somebody being a woman, somebody being a minority, a bunch of people being, like everything shifts away from what the movie is about and towards like who the people are that like star in that movie. And that to me is when shit really starts going downhill. And then you start seeing like, just like blatant casting choices that don't make any fucking sense, that just are like there to. Scream is a perfect example of that. Like in the horror world, like everybody in that Scream 5 cast is diverse or whatever, but it doesn't make any sense to like the context of the story. What was the movie I was just watching where it didn't make any sense? Was it Megan? The new Megan, where it's like, no, it wasn't. It wasn't Megan. There's another movie I just watched where the casting in it was purposely like that, but it didn't make a lick of sense. Anyway, so now we're at the point where there's a pretty significant backlash against this style of movies, and I've got a list of some of these movies.
Oh,
and
God.
yeah, we're gonna talk about them in detail. But let me get to some of this stuff in the chat real quick.
Okay.
Bobby's got a super chat. Bobby don't give a shit what we're talking about. He's just going to go in his own. He says, "You guys should do cartoons with the animated version of you, be like Superman or PBS Kids type show."
Simpsons.
Style.
Or like Superman.
Simpsons. Superman would be, I've got Superman on the brain. Or PBS Kids type show, and in the style of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2003. Either way, it would be awesome.
Oh, the cartoon
animated,
from
yeah.
His anime show where I'm fat. Thanks, CK. I appreciate it. I'm fat. I'm a fat ass. But Marq, he's like, all you need is like the dot on your forehead.
I know. I was looking at that.
Thank you coming in. So I'm a fat ass. Marq is up.
Marq.
Yeah.
Screw you, Disney. I'd rather they do disclaimers and actually cut out pieces of movies. That makes sense.
Why do you need disclaimers?
Warning,
why do you need to be such
ancient
bitches?
Chinese content.
That's what parents' job is supposed to do. You watch the film and you actually be a parent to the kid. But so many parents want to be just fat asses doing nothing but smoking jankum. Don't let parents do their jobs.
I saw someone watch Scary Movie for the first time today, and they're 27 and they were quite shocked and appalled. Yep, I'd say they were.
It's just a generation of pansies.
They covered up Daryl Hannah's butt in Splash on Disney Plus as well, and not well.
How dare you see ass? You'll see a guy get his head cut off, that's fine, but don't see the ass.
Yeah, what is the obsession that people have with like sex related stuff? But they'll show like Terrifier is huge, but like you can't show an ass cheek. You can show somebody like
Right.
getting fucked, like a bunch of kids getting blown up and shit in a mall, but you can't show like one tit anymore.
Right.
I love that.
Yeah, I mean that. So I think it was Grief Universal asked in the chat about censorship and like, do some movies deserve to be canceled? I don't think so.
No, no, I don't even give a shit if I hate the movie and don't agree. I don't think any movie
Right.
should be fucked with.
I've gone on record as saying like how much I hated the MPAA. I mean, I don't think anyone should come in who didn't put a fucking penny on the film and then they get to play God and say, oh, you can't put this in, you can't put that in. No, I mean, I don't think that there's anything wrong with a rating system. That's fine. But to go in and like, you have to make cuts to this and that, that's ridiculous. I like to actually see the film. I mean, that's part of like what made this country the way that it is like the freedom of speech and all that. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that happens with neo-Nazis. I don't agree with their message, but I don't think they should be censored either. I mean, it's freedom of speech.
Nah,
it's
just
so,
should be shot.
well, that's different, but yeah, like let them say whatever they want. I mean, that's what we're here for. It's America. Come on.
I mean, that literally is what we're here for. Like, it's weird because it used to be like the people would just say, you know, you can say whatever you want. You just can't like scream fire in a crowded building and all that shit. But you can't really say whatever you want. You can, but like you'll lose your career or you'll get canceled. You know what I mean? Like you can say the same thing with movies too, though. Like, can you imagine what would happen to somebody who made a movie like Salo now?
Or American History X.
Or American, any of that stuff.
You
Like,
cut that movie, there's not really a movie left. Maybe they should look at the message of the film and not judge it on like the slurs and everything.
Yeah, or Mac and me.
Mac and me. I mean, that's controversial as it gets. Yeah, I gotta put a disclaimer in here just to let everybody know that we are good people. We are all upstanding citizens, and yeah, before we go any further, there's no way to talk about this without pissing some people off. So I'm just gonna like put that up there. Like some of you are gonna get pissed, and it'll be okay. You'll be fine. We'll all get through this together. I promise.
Yeah.
Just don't be a bitch.
It's right, Rambo. Just don't be a bitch.
And Mayor, I'm not sure what you were referencing.
No, the Vice documentary on because you said, oh, it was in the time the dice. Oh, it was before their time. Did they also say we're also good people too? Just that's why we can say is we're good people. Just sometimes they do this in documentaries. We're good people. That's why we think about this.
Yeah, it's just a joke carried over from like a long time ago. We're like, yeah.
We're good people.
You could talk about like Last House on the Left, but you had to first say like, now listen, I don't really like this movie. I'm a good person, but like it was a a classic.
That was the thing you and Garrett did the the horror list,
one of the Bravo lists or something, or the Shutter list, and it was like I think it was the Shutter list because that was the newer one, and they were like some of those movies they had to talk about. And you could tell they didn't want to talk about them. Like Last House was a perfect example because it's so influential, and they just had to be like. Now listen, like this is a classic, but like it hasn't aged well. We don't agree with it, but we're good people. So just don't get up our ass. Don't cancel us because we're talking about it. Yeah, I love Patrice O'Neal. Like it's one of my favorite comedians. See, attention fans says no movie should be censored. I think there should actually be a law that says the content can't. There kind of is, like. I mean, it's First Amendment, but
right. That gets overlooked.
Yeah. I forgot about this movie, but he's right. The sad fact of this area is that crazy protesters in the movie PCU would be considered right wing by today's crazies. You remember the PCU? Have you guys seen PCU with Jeremy Piven
and John Favreau?
Yes, it was stood for like politically correct university or something like that. I think. Like,
yeah, I remember it.
And the whole thing was like vegans and like just
Yeah.
their war on all these different groups and Sam Kinison did indeed rock. Don't fuck with the babysitter. Is that the line that got edited out? I think it was.
It would have to be, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I have no idea why to this day.
You can't curse.
It's too extreme. Can't say that.
So obviously they didn't put in the remake of Adventures of Babysitting. I guess that line when they remade the movie. I mean, I know people could say woke is an overused term, but it's still a consistent term that people still do. And not just for the various reasons we'll say, but it just becomes when that's just all your, if that's your point, if that's just your plot, if that's just your story, it just comes off as so pretentious and annoying. For example, the other day, a request I got was the Guillermo del Toro. It was an episode of a show he did called Cabinet of Curiosities. And the first episode is just, hey, this guy's racist. And he said this one bad thing. So the girl, when he's trying to beg for his life, she just puts the lock on and says, you said this one racist thing. You deserve to die. This monster will kill your ass. She just left. And she was supposed to be like the hero of the movie. I'm like, okay, I know he's a dick, but I don't know if assisted murder is the way to go. But apparently it is. And that's what people deserve. And that's the mindset today for a lot of people is that, yeah, the message.
The
It's
message.
so fucking annoying.
The message.
And then
Somebody
if you just
used to say that, like, you know how the dude in Christmas Vacation says the blessing. The message. Yeah.
or
So the
don't be a
message-
menace, or don't be a menace South Central where he's this message.
Oh yeah, Keenan Ivory Wayans pops up. Yeah.
Message. But sorry, you go ahead. You were
I'm
saying.
surprised that hadn't become like a thing in movies, really. No, I didn't know this, but Chaz Flick says, oddly enough, it was Jada Pinkett Smith who led the charge with Oscar So White.
If you don't, you get slapped.
Well, that makes sense. She's crazy as hell. So
And bold as fuck.
Yeah.
Can't wait for G.I. Jane 2.
Weinstein's another one too. I mean, Weinstein's a piece of shit running a lot of movies, but these girls waited 30 years when they were washed up to speak out. Well, the Weinstein was clearly a fucking creep.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But I think the response to that maybe went a little bit overboard. Everybody got canceled.
Yeah.
Everybody
Right.
that ever they were pulling up Twitters and shit on people after that. Like, and if you ever said
Mhm.
anything sexist or like in 20 years, people were getting canceled after all that stuff happened. I mean, the response is the problem, like, too, as well as like the issue. It was so out of context with everything.
Well, a lot of times when something happens, there's usually an overcorrection.
yes, that's what's
there could always-
happened, unfortunately.
Yeah. There can always be a balance, of course, but people less so want to talk about an overcorrection because if you do, that means you must be racist, sexist, some some phobe. And, we only have Marq here because we have diversity.
Yeah.
He's a DEI hire.
Son of a bitch, somebody
I'm a
actually
plant.
said that. Yeah.
I know,
Yeah,
that's why I was
thank you.
referencing. Someone said that, like, the only reason we have Marq is because he's a DEI hire. I
Can you
remember
fucking
that.
imagine
Yeah.
if I like purposely made that decision? That'd be so killer. Like, boys, listen, we've been doing this show mainly too white for a long time now. I got to get
Yeah.
Marq in on this. God, I hate people sometimes. What gives someone the right to decide what others should be censored to? That's exactly the point. Yeah. Matt Ray says around the time of the Oscars so white is when Kevin Hart got kicked out of hosting the Oscars because of a Twitter post he made 10 years before about his son playing with. Yes. So I'm talking about. They were going through people's fucking, and they still do this. And they'll come up with something that you posted 10, 15, 20 years ago and try to cancel you even this. That's kind of stopped now. Because I think one thing that people kind of started to figure out was the whole, like, people that live in glass houses shit. Once you do that, you put yourself in like this place where, these celebrities start trying to cancel people, and then somebody goes back and pulls up this shit that they've done, and then it's just a never-ending cycle because everybody has done or said some shit now that's been taped or recorded, or like you just if you just fucking laugh and move on and get over it, like, but people are so uptight and want to just make everybody's life miserable now.
Yeah. I remember it happened to James Gunn. He was a victim of it.
That's right. Yeah.
And I think it was the majority of the Guardians cast came to bat for him and got him his job back. I think for the third movie, I think it was.
Yeah.
But
he's a bit of a weirdo, though. But
yeah.
Well, I mean, he started in Trauma. He's got to be a fucking weirdo, you know? The shit he did in Trauma, I'm surprised they don't bring that up to this day.
Right. Yeah, Guardians 3 he did, then he jumped to Superman, and now we got that movie.
To me, this right here is the fucking.
Oh man,
this is the epitome of this movement.
That's such a forgettable film. Barely even remember. I didn't even remember it till like it was brought up just now.
It's the perfect example of a movie that was completely done just for that agenda. Like that movie is awful and always makes no sense, not coherent. It's just the dialogue, the plot, and everything. But it's just they just were like, you know what? Men get to be in these movies too much. We're going to make an all-female cast for, you know, everybody and it's just a shit-ass movie.
Mm-hmm.
But then they'll say the only reason you don't like it is because it stars women, and the director even still complains.
I didn't like it because it sucked ass. Like I don't care who you put in it. Like,
right.
I mean, it's just an awful movie.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, they shoot a ghost in the dick. Chris Hemsworth is still stupid. He doesn't know what was it? He didn't know like what a house was, or like the most common thing he doesn't know. The running joke is, I don't have enough wontons. Who gives a shit, you fat ass? Fuck that movie. It's terrible script. It could have been Adam Sandler and Rob Schneider and Chris Rock, and it would have been a horrible movie because it's a horrible script. That's just a lame remake of the first film, but done horrible in every step of the way.
Now, here's what's happened now, though, Rambo, and you're right, because, and I think if you look at Snow White, it's the perfect example of that, too. So like you were saying, you can't point out the reasons why these movies aren't good, because immediately when these movies bomb, you got these actors or actresses blaming the toxic male fan base and of people that go to movies. And Star Wars is another example of that, where like that's happened, where like this you know, toxic male fan base is, you know, the ones that are saying that these movies suck. So it's not really the movies, it's us. We're the fucking problem.
It's the patriarchy, remember?
Yes, that's right. It's the patriarchy.
What's ironic is there's a lot of women who don't like this either. That don't talk about this.
Well, I guarantee if you polled, like, if you had 100 females watch Ghostbusters 2016, I'd say about 80% of them would hate that fucking movie.
Yeah,
because it's just a objectively bad movie.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't, you know. There's more. There's so much more though to talk about with this. But like, good Lord. Griff Redux says no one can write a story anymore, I think is what he meant. They just push their narrative. Something happened at some point and creative minds died. Well, there was the strike, there was the writer's strike, and then a lot of those people got replaced by younger people that were in the movement. And I think that's where you get a lot of the shit that you get today in terms of scripts.
And AI.
Yeah. I'm going to write one on ChatGPT later. Horrid Film says it started in 2015 with Mad Max Furry Road. Just love saying that. And Star Wars The Force Awakens.
Speaking of AI, randomly, I want someone to do one of Marq and Son of the South 2 Electric Boogaloo.
God damn it, Rainbow. Yeah.
That'll be
I mean, why do that? You might as well just do Soul Man. Just go all out.
No,
no, I'm good.
No, you do Uncle Bill and Soul Man too.
Fuck ass.
Well, that was out there, so we'll see it someday.
Fuck.
The South is back.
Business Affairs says Uncle Bill's on the money with movies, but it started hardcore a couple years before in 2013. That was the era when social justice warriors were a thing. Everyone go from one thing to the next. I don't think that really caught on in Hollywood though until after like 2015. Looking at a lot of these movies and stuff. I mean, I'm sure like it was starting to become a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, the SJWs got really, really bad around that time. But yeah, you're right. With the Hollywood thing, it was a little bit later, at least in my opinion. But man, fuck, I couldn't stand the like, especially stuff like Twitch. Twitch is still really bad. Like it's so bad. You can't do anything. You can't say anything. You know, but they'll allow women to go on there with bikinis and squirt themselves with oil. Even though it's supposed to be a video game streaming platform. But whatever.
Whatever you want to do. This is a great point here. KOTM. The term woke was originally about free thinkers and conspiracy theorists. Ironically, the funded groups like Me Too, LGBT, BLM started referring to themselves as woke in spite, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's what it means.
In spite.
Yeah, like I think the term woke took on a whole other meaning at some point to where it was supposed to be like, you know, you're woke to the facts of what's going on around you. And now it's become more like just a catch-all term to kind of mean a movie where they put a bunch of needless shit into it for just the sake of like, you know.
Well, also
diversity.
The funny thing is, and we see this repeatedly, is how hypocritical folks can be where they'll say you should talk this way, act this way, be this way, better than you should. But then if it doesn't go their way, they'll say the worst, awfulest shit. And I'm like, so what about your principles that you say is so holier than thou, but yet you want to dox this person or you want to get rid of this person? You're saying like the worst stuff, and this person should like get their kids taken away or all like so what do you truly believe in? It's like you don't really believe in it. You just want to get brownie points from some group, fictitious or not, to make it seem like in your mind you're this better person. When I thought, well, number one, I thought the whole point is we're all equals. But number two is just...
Now, we're not equal because we can't be equal because we're men. We're pieces of shit. That's another thing about these movies, too. Like, they started to switch the narratives.
I'm a piece of shit. That's right.
They started to switch the narratives in these movies to, like, the male characters were either weak, whiny, or just huge fucking douchebag pieces of shit. And
like
that
the new Superman that I heard.
That's the new kind of like norm in a lot of these movies. And it's like, okay, I mean, I guess I get where you're coming from. Like you want to like, but that's not really the reality any more than the reality that they're fighting against about women, you know, in this movies in the 50s and 60s and shit like that. Like even the 80s to some degree. I mean, so you're fighting this idea of stereotypes by putting more stereotypical bullshit in movies, which is kind of what's going on now.
Well, like, I mean, since people keep bringing it up, the new Superman I heard was just guys either being sad, crying, a bitch, getting their ass kicked. And Marq saw us and he's nodding.
That's exactly what it was.
Oh, or, you know, someone, you know, saying, hey, fuck everybody and rule the earth.
Yeah, I mean, he gets beat up the entire film, and they put like a text on the screen at the beginning where they say this is the first time he's lost a fight, and he's finally met his match. So I get that, but like
he loses every other fight, probably.
he does, and I'm like the whole movie though, like, or
he's a bitch.
Yeah, basically. I mean, he's not quite, I wouldn't say he's emo or anything, but Lex definitely was. And he's supposed to be this rich, sophisticated, cocky, arrogant bad guy, but it just didn't come off that way. Like it was really weird. I mean, at the very end, he's like crying, he's in tears, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? There's so many ridiculous scenes in the movie.
I can just see you in that movie, like the fuck. What?
Yeah, I did not pay to go see it. I'll admit it. I don't care who's
Oh,
watching.
okay.
I'm not
Yeah.
fucking paying to see Superman. It sucked like I thought it would. It's not for me. If people like it, that's cool. It just wasn't my thing.
It looks like a piece of shit.
And I know people dislike Man of Steel. That's fine too. You don't want it to be dark and too serious or whatever. But this was the exact opposite of that. If Man of Steel's over here, then like the new Superman movie's way over there.
If you want your monkeys, actual monkeys,
That's in the movie.
give it. Want to call Superman super shit on social media to cancel him.
Lex
the problem
has
is you
a
can't-
million monkeys that type on a computer in the movie. This is
Oh,
not
yeah.
bullshit. This is a scene in the movie.
I
There are
love his name.
monkeys
I love
typing
how
on a
he
computer
say,
saying
this is
that.
not bullshit.
When
I thought
art
it was a
imitates
joke.
life. Yeah.
And I get what he was doing. I get that's the internet trolls to James Gunn. And as the writer, he could always come out and say, well, that's not what I really meant. And he could always switch
Well,
up.
also
the
it's probably
narrative.
because of how he got canceled for a bit.
Yeah,
Guardians 3.
that too. But there's a time and place for shit
Crybaby
like that.
bitch.
And you don't put shit like that
Well, that's
in a
the
movie.
that's the thing,
like,
though,
to
right?
me.
Like now you've got these people that have agendas making these movies. Either they're agendas related to stuff that's happened to them, and or their gender, or their race. They got all these agendas that they put in the movies, but they just forget that's not really what movies are for. They're not to push your own personal like shit, like your own personal
exactly what
traumas
it
and
was.
stuff. Like nobody pays to see that stuff. Like that's not at all.
No,
what
they
this
pay to
is about.
see Superman and everyone crying like a bitch because
Well,
you can't
okay.
have masculine people.
You can that's the problem. You can't make
Masculinity
Superman.
died.
You can't make Superman now because you can't have that type of role anymore. Same thing with Captain America. The last Captain America movie was by a guy who said he hated America. It's kind of like defeats the fucking purpose of Captain America. Like, so these don't exist anymore.
That's like Supergirl showing up in the movie, and what's the main line that everybody's going to remember that she said? She calls Superman a bitch. And I'm not making that up either. That's exactly what she said.
does, yeah.
You're selling it on me, man. You're selling
This is gonna be Matt's favorite movie of the year.
I swear, once I watch that fucking film, I'm gonna go back and watch Superman 3 times. Richard Pryor all the way. God damn it! I love Superman 3.
The constant immigrant bullshit that's in the movie. Oh, he's an alien. I get it. The immigrant stuff, I get it. God, he made every character in Metropolis so dumb. I'm like, why do you even want to save these people? Like,
well, he sacrificed. He probably what he did was he sacrificed the movie, like an actual coherent movie, for like a bunch of different messages that he wanted to put in there. That's my guess. I haven't even seen it, but like that's what they all do now. So that's my guess.
Yeah.
I mean, so let's see here. We got a bunch more stuff on here. Bunch of comments. Hey guys, couldn't agree more. Do you think it will ever go back and some movies get the removed content back? I just buy physical media. Like,
yeah,
I mean, that's the only way that you can keep this stuff, really. I don't know if we can. The horse has left the barn, as Jim Cornette says all the time.
Yeah,
I don't know how we go back at this point.
We don't.
Uncle Bill Danielle Harris signs Halloween 5. What a random fucking go. Not far from the truth, but also very random. Let's see. So Dr. Seuss is canceled, but yet Cardi B's WAP is considered okay. What nonsense. Cardi B sucks. Well, it just depends, because that's female empowerment. Talk about your pussy. Like, so let's get it straight.
Yeah.
Dr. Seuss was awful.
You can't be a guy because a guy is bad.
And just all her music. Anything I've ever heard snippets of, or when I scroll through on the internet, I'm like, how is she mainstream? I don't get it.
Just
That's like
people are
she's hosting SummerSlam this
fucking
year.
stupid.
I don't know either, man. Like, I'll never understand some of this shit anyway.
Yeah.
We got a liberal in here says, I am liberal, so I don't care that much about woke culture, but it's what it is. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably more liberal than I am conservative, but I care about it because it affects like something that, well, most things that I really like, which is like arts and entertainment, like music and movies and shit like that.
That's where
what
I have an issue with it. When it starts to affect the things that I like, which is entertainment. And I think that stuff should be separate.
I'm none of those political. I'm white chocolate. That's why I always say you kiss my black ass.
That's right.
But
Matt is.
I'm half black. I'm white chocolate.
Yep. Matt's half Nigerian. This has been proven. So
Yes.
Yeah.
You just check my pants. You'll see the result, the evidence. But
it's fucking.
It's one of those things I don't see it changing anytime soon. Even if it slowly does, we still have had so many years now of this being the content that I don't think the newer generation that are making movies know how to tell stories. They don't know how to tell characters. They can't have guys be masculine, like I said before. You have to demean one to get the other over. This seems to be the thing. You have to make one weaker to get the other propped up. And it's just going to be consistently bad stories. And I'll say this, like this year alone, I think it's been the worst year for movies in a while. I really do.
Well, you see this steady kind of downfall. Like, I'll be honest with you, I've never liked like superhero movies, right?
Right.
But back when, you had just like the X-Men and Spider-Man, shit like that, there really wasn't a political agenda or a social agenda to a lot of those movies. Other than in the X-Men, they talk about more like just outcasts and things like that. People on the fringes of society and stuff like that. But then like now you go see any fucking movie like that, man, and you're going to get beaten over the head. And I'm just trying to figure out, who are these movies for? Like, who goes to the movies to get the shit knocked out of them with some sort of social message? Like, I don't know anybody that likes that. I don't know anybody that just in general likes to be told what to think or what to do, or like, and goes to a movie to have that happen to them. You know what I mean? Like, people go to a movie to see explosions or fucking, have characters that they care about, or which you can't do that anymore. Like, or something relatable in the film, or to have like to be scared or something. They don't go to movies for social political commentary. That's why Romero was so fucking good, because he said this himself. You sneak that shit in there. You make the movie entertaining first.
Yeah.
And like gory and things like that, and people want to go see it and they talk about it, and then you put like that underlying where it's not like right in your face. Yeah. Speaking of Romero, Alpha Romero says, let's be honest, the downfall began when everything became owned by 3 major corporations. Hollywood had never been less diverse. Everything is made by the same handful of people. That's true. Yeah, the majority of stuff you see now is honestly made by Disney. The vast majority of shit.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith says, I think we're all fairly thick-skinned here. I don't know. We'll find out. Let's see you soon. Hobbo says, I only get pissed at facts, not opinions.
I don't know. There's the one guy mad at Marq for not liking Superman.
Oh, good.
Oh, is there somebody mad at me?
There was.
Oh, okay.
Say you're a Snyder lover or whatever. Which I don't even like Zack Snyder. He's a fucking shitty director too. His films fucking suck too.
He's fucking amazing. How dare you talk about Zack
Man
Snyder?
of Steel boner.
Have you seen Army of the Dead? That movie's fucking killer.
What do they call those Snyder? Is it Snyder Bros? I think is the name of it. Yeah.
You're like one, Marq.
Yeah,
right?
Apparently I am. Yes, I am.
I think it's stupid that people try to censor the words to sensitive topics such as sexual assault, suicide. That's another fucking thing that's happened. Yeah. I think you're supposed to say like, what do you say now? You can't say
self-delete.
self delete or like
Mhm.
delete themselves.
I'm not
or
fucking Matt Hardy, all right? There's no deletion.
you
But
can't even. You have to say unalive now. I'm just like, dude, what the fuck difference does it make? I don't understand this kind of bickering over like what you say. Like, what's the difference between unalive and the word that I can't say that will probably get banned on here for saying?
I
Like,
don't know.
we're just doing
Mm.
semantics at this point. There's no difference.
Mm.
Somebody decided a word.
It's like a level of control, and if we can control this word being used or not used, and this word, then it culminates to a whole heaping of control. When all you're doing is you're putting people and like younger people into a bubble that sooner or later is going to break, and then they're not going to know what to do. And once they burst out of that bubble, they're going to be scared and frightened because they don't know how to act, how to react, because they've been, I don't want to say brainwashed, but they've been kind of inundated with, you're supposed to think like this, you're supposed to talk like this is how people are supposed to talk, and that's not the real world. Because the real world is a flawed place that sooner or later, whether you're at school, you're at college, you're at work, you're at the fucking drive-in, is going to come up in front of your face. And if you've been in this bubble for that long, because of what these people want to tell you and want to control and guide you to, you're going to lose it. You're going to lose your mind. And yeah, maybe it is a frame of brainwashing now that I think about it. And then what are these people going to do? Like these younger people. Wait, I'm not supposed to say that. I mean, it's like they're part of the fucking Mormons. And that's not like a joke, but that's like
Mormons.
but that's like a way to put it where you look at how they do it and it's like how they're try to look at this one bubble, and it's like the one story with the girl that got abducted and thought she was, aliens took her because she was brainwashed because she was in a bubble of a family that and didn't know the real world. These other people, they're not going to know what the real world actually is, and it's going to bite them in the ass sooner or later in their life. And that's a dangerous slope, and these people don't want to look at that because they want to fill some agenda that gets some more work in Hollywood, because that's where most of this comes from, is Hollywood. That's how they
Yeah, I mean,
want you to feel.
I feel like it has a lot to do too with if you're in a certain bubble and you have a career based around some of these things, you're much more likely to follow along with that shit than because you really do have to some degree or another. I mean, you could not, but then your whole career would be over.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like us. What the fuck do we have to lose? Like, what are they going to fucking sue me for in Eastern Kentucky? Like, or how are they going to cancel me? Like, what to what? Like, what the fuck are you going to do?
Exactly.
It's just that kind of shit kills me. By the way, LA Jewel says you're looking sexy with that goatee, Rambo.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I screwed it up. I was able to fix it a bit, but it's getting too hot for this damn full beard. I don't want to be swimming in my beard.
The message.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Message.
message.
What's the worst case of censorship you guys have seen in a film?
Like when you mean like it's been made and after the fact, or if you watch a new film, you go, yeah, that was probably censored before it even got released.
Yeah, we'll get some clarification on that. Let's see.
Oh, after the fact, for you, would it be French Connection, or would it be
That's
a
the one
different-
that stands out to me just because I love that movie. And the thing that kills me about that was how much research that he did to make that movie accurate to the cops and of that time period in that area. And then somebody that doesn't know anything at all about what he's trying to do or anything comes in. And he wasn't even saying that they were good cops. They're actually the villains in that movie in a lot of ways, especially Gene Hackman. It's like, so
Yeah.
it wasn't like he was saying this is a good fucking idea or anything. He was just saying, this is what they do. I've been with them. This is how they talk. This is what they do. This is how they act. Like he had two cops as like the consultants for that film that were a part of that whole thing. And it's like, and then somebody's just like, no, this is wrong. Like this is some asshole. Just like, no, you can't do this. This is inappropriate. It's like, dude, he wasn't putting a value judgment on it. He was just like, so this is what they were doing.
Right.
People seem to lose that in a lot of these cases too of censorship.
It's all stupid to me.
Do you think they could do an all-white John Hughes movie about high school today and have no chance that happens today?
No.
Well, if they ever try to remake The Breakfast Club, I guess we'll find out.
Listen to me. When I tell you that if they ever try to do that, that'll be the funniest fucking thing ever.
It'll happen.
It probably will at some point.
I'm so far behind on these comments. I'm like 40 minutes behind. Looking at them. Hold on.
That's cool.
I'm like 30
There's
minutes
a lot of people talking.
I've never seen James Gunn's wife. Is she hot as hell?
She was in one of those American Pie movies. She is pretty attractive, but that was like over a decade ago. I don't know what she looks like now. But,
Did she get naked?
She does actually.
Okay.
Nice little body. Not bad.
Cool story. Well, I mean, okay, if censorship, Marq remind me of what he's wearing. They censored the military. They couldn't wear that Punisher logo because it was too offensive. Because it would of what the Punisher represents, so they shouldn't be wearing that. I think now they've eased up on it, but there was a time where like people, cops, military, they could not wear the Punisher logo.
Wow,
anywhere.
really? I didn't even know about that.
I didn't either.
Yeah, there was a time because I think after the Floyd, the whole cop stuff, cops are awful, and then that was Black Lives Matter, and then you can't have the Punisher logo.
This right here is actually a great comment and probably at the heart of this too. Geriatric Punk says, I think the biggest problem is when they decided everything had to be for everyone.
Yeah.
So what's funny about that to me is that they really did try to push this agenda that like I said, it starts off with a good idea. You need more representation, right? Of different people in these movies, which is a good idea. But what it became was that's the only representation you need in a movie. Like that's the only thing that we're doing from now on. So they just took the idea of that kind of like racism and like that they were fighting against and reversed it and did the exact same fucking thing the opposite direction. So they tried to make it about everyone, and now it's about nothing and no one. Like nobody enjoys these movies.
I've never ever had a feeling or a thought where I want to see myself represented on screen. That's never crossed my mind. I just want an entertaining film. That's all I want.
You know what's funny though? Like just as being like as somebody from the South, I've never thought that either. Like I've never thought there needs to be more like Southern people in movies. I've never even fucking cared.
Yeah.
Never thought about that for like 1 second. So, by the way, that'd be the last thing that they ever fucking did. You want to talk about? Here's an idea. If you're really all that fucking inclusive, why don't you put a Southern person in every fucking movie? Like just a random Southern guy.
They did. Walton Goggins.
That
Walton
shit actually
Goggins.
made sense in the context of the movie. I'm talking about let's make a new Scream movie and there just be a random guy from fucking Eastern Kentucky. That's like one of the friends. And let's see how that goes over.
That should be his voice on the phone. When he calls, he's got an accent.
They'd immediately know who it was, though. Like, oh, that's that fucking. Yeah. It's the one Southern guy that we know.
You put Lucas Black or something.
Oh man.
Last Jedi. Fuck. Don't get me started on that shit.
Oh yeah, Prey.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on Prey.
Remember when they said Resident Evil 5 was racist back in 2009?
I do remember that. There was a big controversy. Why is this in Africa? Why are they all the zombies? They're black. This is wrong. You can't do this.
Well, in Africa, there's only white people there.
That was an actual thing that Alex Jones said, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They're turning the frogs gay. Yeah.
Mark, there's only white people in Africa. So
Yeah,
they
I
can't
know.
be black.
Okay. Vanderhoff says the question for all of it. Was the last Hollywood comedy in the theater before this movement?
That was made or was good.
Let's see. So we're talking about it'd be pre 2015 then.
Yeah, it'd have to. The last thing I remember seeing where they had jokes that were definitely politically incorrect that I thought was kind of a funny movie and a decent plot was We're the Millers.
Yeah.
And that was 2013, I believe.
They did. You remember Horrible Bosses?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That had a very kind of like stereotypical 80s vibe, kind of like, inappropriate sex, like, language, sex, stuff in it. I think that would have been 2011 or something like that, but that's like one of the ones I can remember.
Mm-hmm.
Two I liked was the 21 and 22 Jump Street.
Those were great. Yeah.
I think 22 Jump Street was 2014.
That sounds about right.
That's a great example. Superhero movies offend me. Me too. So apparently, Midnight. He doesn't get beat up.
This guy I'm talking about from Marq. He loves Marq.
He's coming after Mark's ass. Here we go. He only gets beat up once, really, and we figure out why the other time he has kryptonite poisoning. Marq, God damn it, get your shit straight.
He doesn't get beat up all the time, you liar.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, still, regardless of the reasoning, I don't want to see a movie where Superman is saving squirrels. That's another scene in the movie. If you like to see Superman save a squirrel, which I can't believe James Gunn filmed that. They thought, like, yeah, this is really cool. I'll put this in. So, whatever. I mean, if you
it's
cool.
overcorrection because Man of Steel, he was rarely saving anybody. So it was overcorrected with now he's saving a squirrel. But there's always a balance. A balance is always the best way to do it. You could be too much one way or the other.
But it's too much in the way of like, I have to save everyone and everything. What about the ants? Is he going to save those too?
That's the sequel. Like, you got to save them for a sequel, Mark.
Yes.
But that's the thing. There should be some casualty in a film like that. Otherwise, there's no stakes to anything if he's just going to save everyone or every living thing. Just whatever. Again, whoever put that comment, if you like the movie, that's cool.
It sounds like a piece of shit.
I feel like Gozer says, I feel like that's why they made Toxie a word I can't even say on here. In the remake, you can't have a hulked up tumor-faced moron. It's too much.
I guess so. Squirrel lives do matter.
They do.
Should have said a frog for being gay.
This is probably true. You'll never see a Rambo Arnold type character again unless it's a woman.
What's the last character like that?
Dude, the only
John
person I was thinking like
that's what I was thinking, but
that started in 2014.
The movies are the only ones that I see do that like on a regular basis, but like maybe because he's British, he gets away with it. I don't know. Like there's something to that.
Well, because they started before, like when they started their careers way before 2014. So those are the residual effects of those 2000s. But after 2015, 16, 17, you see a lot less of new. Maybe Nobody, which was a fun film. It's rare, or it's a girl that weighs 50 pounds and can somehow do 85 things, which I
You
don't
didn't
buy.
like Ballerina?
That movie's a piece of shit. I know people love that. Some girl that looks like she got chicken wings for arms, throwing people, 3 times her size. Fuck that shit. Piece of shit. Overrated fucking movie. I weigh 50 pounds. I could throw this guy through the window. I have chicken wings for arms. And
She knows kung fu. That explains it.
chicken wing foo.
Brad, how you doing?
What's up, Preminator?
Well, no, that's the problem. They've lost all like amount of subtlety to do anything anymore. Now the message is the whole point of the fucking movie. Everything else is just a back seat to that. That's the problem. People talking about, and I knew this would come up. Like they've had, political and social political messages in movies forever and all that. Yes, but they weren't identity politics driven, and they weren't like smacking you in the fucking head with them, like constantly throughout the movie, to where it's just like that's the whole point of the movie, is somebody to take their own agenda and make you watch it while something explodes, just maybe for no apparent reason other than they had to get a certain amount of explosions in.
Well, I mean, yes.
Yes, here we go. It's the nuance of the writing. Yes, which there is none now. Rod Serling had a message in his writing, The Twilight Zone, but it was done correctly in a way not to offend half the audience, or at least not to be so blatantly fucking obvious.
And shove it down your throat. Yeah.
That's kind of offensive too, is when something is so obviously tailored to that idea that it's a message film. That always pisses me off for some reason. It's like I don't need you to tell me what the fuck to do, or think about And when you see that and you're watching a movie and it becomes clear that that's the only reason that they're doing something, it just automatically I just shut down. I do not want to see the rest of the movie.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's so many genres. I mean, we mentioned comedy, action films been affected because they don't make them like they used to, and if they do, it's very rare because a lot of people don't like masculinity, to somehow they equals sexism or some other things. And even horror, I mean, Candyman and some of these other.
Candyman might be the most blatant use of that in a horror film that I've ever seen, to where it was like there was not even any attempt to hide what they were doing. Just like, white people fucking suck. It's like, okay. I mean,
that was it at the end, right? His goal was, I need to go kill all the white people.
Yes. That was the message of the movie.
For supposedly for Marq. And
why for me?
Just for Marq. No one else.
Like Marq, you saw that film. How you feel about stuff like that? Are you ready to kill all the white people?
No, I don't need to do that. I don't need to do any of that. That Candyman reboot.
What a question!
It was
Hit him
so
with that.
bad. I didn't like the film at all. It completely went away from the ideas of like what it was supposed to be, and they just turned it into their own thing. And what they turned it into was terrible. I thought there's nothing special about it anymore. Anybody can be Candyman, and I think that's really stupid.
This is an awful movie too.
Yeah. Sally with Tony Todd, and another shitty film with Tony Todd.
Yeah.
But here, as a palate cleanser, is Bobby.
All right.
Who says, if I can fucking, there we go. Uncle Bill, Crystal, and Matt in the car. Matt in the back sleeping, listening to AC/DC songs. Music stopped. Matt starts crying using swear words. His whining sounds. His whining sounds. Uncle Bill puts on another AC/DC so Matt can sleep. I would probably put on AC/DC. That's not far.
So I'm just a baby. It needs to be rocked to sleep.
Fucking whining, yeah.
With AC/DC music. I would agree with AC/DC, but I don't know if I'd be whining.
Hold on, there's more. Crystal put on Who Let the Dogs Out. Matt cries.
Well, that okay. I probably would cry to that song.
Uncle Bill puts on Hearts on Fire, and then Matt sleeps.
Well, that I
Yep.
could see. That's one of the worst songs ever made, in my opinion. Who Let the Dogs Out? I despise it. Yeah, because that's another word you can't say. If you take the G off that, you're not supposed to say that word.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's why
Mental
people say
health
drape.
mental health is yes, it is a major issue.
Not on Thunderbolts, because they ended with just hugging it out. Group therapy.
Oh yeah,
I saw.
remember
I showed Mark that clip. The whole finale of that action superhero movie is they hugged the guy. You gotta hug it out. That's how little they deal with mental health. That's all it took. The power of hug.
It's horrible.
The power of hugs.
No wonder it bombed.
Yeah.
And you see a lot of people getting tired of it. That's why some of these films, also they're poorly made, poorly written, inept. The special effects for some reason have gone backwards, but they spend more money, which is insane to me. They spend more and they look worse.
Yeah.
And then when they throw this stuff out, more and more people are seeing through it, and they roll their eyes and they go, "I think I'll take a pass." I mean, people wonder
Good
why
reason.
Hollywood is losing money and why this is probably the worst box office year in years. It's been a horrible year for movies.
Who in the hell was talking about not having African Americans in a high school movie?
Maybe when the guy said the all white John Hughes.
Oh, yeah.
What if they're white chocolate? I could be.
That's 100% true. They never put Kentucky characters in movies, but when they do, they never sound right. They always sound completely off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, from what I understand, Superman, his human parents are redneck idiots. I think people call them. They don't know how to use a phone.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like every character in that movie is dumb. It's so bad.
Prey did suck, Patrick. Good guy.
Bobby says, I heard there's going to be two Pippi Longstocking movies coming around. Don't know when. One made me Heyday, same guys who made the Paddington movies, and another one made by J.J. Abrams.
Oh shit! You better be worried about Jar Jar Abrams doing it. It'll be
shit.
Pippi will be black and Nigerian lawn stocking.
Get a lot of lens flare as well.
Yeah.
Somebody said Tropic Thunder for the comedies that we were talking about. I forgot about that, but that's
yeah.
You
can't do that movie today.
Yeah, no. You couldn't even do that movie then, I don't think.
What was that, 2008 or 7?
2008. I think 2008, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was probably, definitely safer to do it at that point because, I mean, you just had stuff like Superbad, and there were a lot of comedies that sort of, at least by today's standards, pushed the envelope with vulgarity and stuff and politically incorrect stuff. So, yeah. It's a good movie, though.
Mm-hmm.
Candyman was hilarious. Yeah, kind of was.
What were other horror films you saw that you thought was the worst in that woke
I'm glad you brought that up, Rambo, because I actually made a list.
Oh, like Chris Jericho.
You're on the list. Let me see. Let me bring it up here real quick.
I'm sure I'm on someone's list. We're all on the list of someone. Hollywood. A hit list.
So this is like a brief list of some woke / progressive style horror films that I actually hated. Let's start off with like a couple obvious ones here. We mentioned Candyman, Exorcist Believer. You remember that they had to have every religious fucking denomination at the end of that movie? They had like a priest, they had a preacher, they had like a fucking shaman or somebody that did like they had like to have the whole like circle
The
of
rabbi.
fuckers, the right like everybody is like, wow, it just doesn't get any more obvious than this, like what they're doing. But that movie was gone. And plus the fact they had two leads for no
Right.
goddamn reason other than to have that one, the diverse lead be in there, which I'm not even positive like
Yeah.
what the need for that was.
They just felt it needed a gimmick, and it didn't need to be made either. So, yeah, fuck that one.
There was They Them. I don't know if you saw that one or not.
Yeah, Kevin Bacon was in
That
that.
one, yeah, I remember
Mhm.
that.
That defeats
really
your
bad.
rule that Kevin Bacon's good at anything, Mark.
I'd say it was a rule, but
Your theory.
I think even the best actors have at least one bad movie.
Uh-huh.
So that's definitely his.
Yeah, it's one of those camps where people are sent to not be gay anymore, and then it's just really, really pretentious and message filled and boring.
Probably one of the best examples of this that I've ever seen, and one of the worst movies I've ever seen too, that's a horror film, is the 2019 version of Black Christmas.
Oh man,
That whole fucking movie existed for the sole reason to talk about feminist messages and how shitty men are and misogyny, and like it was one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Nothing happens in it. It's boring as hell. They club you over the head with the whole toxic masculinity bullshit. It is almost impossible to get through. It's that bad.
Was Dave Duchovny in there, or was that The Craft?
That's
he
the
was in?
Craft Legacy, which is
Oh,
another
yeah.
one that did the same fucking thing. But David Duchovny looks like he's on benzos and like whiskey through the whole fucking thing. I don't know what was going on there, but
Yeah.
So was Black Christmas the one that had like the black oil? There's like this black oil liquid that was turning people.
no. Black Christmas is the one where like they're in a fraternity of like,
Yeah, I know that, but I thought maybe it's
or
trap.
maybe
I
it
get
was,
this-
maybe it fucking was. I don't know.
I think
Like,
that's Craft, isn't it?
I can't remember.
I've
I
only
don't
seen
remember.
pieces of that Craft Legacy.
I don't remember
prequel
Black.
or
Well, there
sequel or
was
whatever.
something supernatural about the Black
Yeah.
Christmas 2019, but I don't remember what the fuck it was.
I can't remember. Yeah, his bus, which emits black liquid, that was Black Christmas. This black liquid that like turned people and for their masculine.
So you had all that shit. Did anybody see? I think Mark was talking about this movie, Annabellum. Somebody was talking about that movie on here before.
Which one was
I don't
that?
think so.
That's the one where the woman is trapped in like a slavery themed simulation
I
or whatever.
about that. I never saw it. I heard about that.
Didn't see it.
Another
I
example.
don't think I've seen that.
And then you all have seen this. I'm pretty sure you all have seen this one. I've never seen it. Men.
Oh yeah. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking when he did that.
What
And
he
I-
was. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I like quite a bit of his stuff, but man, that was such a left field, out of nowhere, random fucking movie.
What he was trying to do, I think, was that this woman went through something, and thus every guy she saw this. The idea is that the woman looks at every guy the same as this toxic person, so that's why she saw every person as the same guy. And then the ending where like the guy like puked up another guy and
Yeah.
Killer. Sounds
Try to
great.
forget that film.
A24, yeah, that's no wonder I hated it.
You are talking about the movie Fight the Good Fight, or are you just making a joke? I don't know if he's like making a joke with that statement about Christian.
Oh,
I mean, who knows? Nothing wrong with either one.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that at all.
I just disagree with the movie and the other thing.
Yeah, that film was so bad.
let's talk about real quick though some other. These are just in general movies that were woke, and I want to get your all's opinion on these. These are
Okay.
not horror films. These are just regular old films. Most of these movies, by the way, flopped, and that's just by coincidence. I just was trying to find movies that were considered like woke or in that kind of like category. It just so happens that the majority of these are flops. Strange World from 2022, the animated Disney film. If anybody remembers that one. If you don't, it's okay because it like lost about $100 million.
That figures.
The Marvels from 2023.
There's a scene where they go to a planet and everybody's dancing. Okay, I don't want anyone to dance in a fucking movie ever again. I'm sick and tired. Sinners, Maiden, Howling 7 I rewatched.
Shit.
This Marvel. I don't want
Final
anyone,
Destination.
Bloodline. Yeah, I don't want anyone to dance in a movie ever again. I'm sick and tired. I hate dancing. I fucking despise it. I don't do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to see it. Stop fucking dancing in movies. Period. I fucking hate it.
Damn.
It's
down hard on
annoying.
that.
You don't want the Electric Boogaloo reboot?
No.
Breaking 3. So do you want to bust out a dance? I've got some music on.
I'm so sick of like every other movie now is I have some fucking dancing. Maiden 2, Sinners, fucking Final Destination, Bloodlines. Everyone loves dancing nowadays.
I never thought about it, but you're kind of right. Like a lot of these movies have some sort of ridiculous dance scene in them like that. Yeah. What about, I forgot this movie even existed until I saw this, but 2019, they did a Charlie's Angel reboot.
Yes,
Do you remember this fucking thing?
Yes.
I had forgotten it because it lost 20 some $1 million. I mean, it had a budget of like 96 million and only made like 70 million. I completely forgot it existed.
I forgot about that too. I think that was Elizabeth Banks that directed that.
Yes, because
Yep.
before the film came out, she's like, this is not for men. Then when it flopped, she's got mad at men for not seeing the movie. I'm like, you told it it's not for me.
There was another movie somebody did that with too. I think it was like, was it one of the Star Wars movies where they were like, this is not, or one of those million Star Wars things they did. Somebody else did the same thing, but it didn't go well for them either. Terminator Dark Fate 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, they killed John Connor in the first 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just remade Terminator 2 with the Mexican Terminator.
The Mexinator.
Mexicanator. And you have the slim female robot that then looks like chicken wings.
Yeah. And then Arnold is reduced to hanging drapes and changing diapers and shit. And yeah, it's terrible. It's a horrible film.
All right. What about The Eternals? It's an MCU movie.
The most forgettable. No one remembers it for a reason. I
Oh,
saw it. I can't tell you a thing.
I forgot about this movie too. This really likes taking me back. I saw this and God, I can't believe that they even did this movie. Do you remember Mother from 2017 with Jennifer Lawrence?
Yes, I do.
Yes, the
I
Darren
forgot all
Aronofsky
about that
film.
fucking movie.
Yeah.
There was a brief period of time where they were like together, and then he made her make that awful movie, and it was all that terrible shit. God damn it.
Hmm.
To bring that movie back up after all these years.
Jesus.
Oh, but anyway, I think probably the one everybody knows and is familiar with now is Snow White. The
Of
2025 Snow White one, because Rachel Ziegler basically destroyed her entire career before it even had a chance to really start. And wow. I actually have seen that movie because I took the kids to see it. And it's pretty fucking bad. I mean, it's a mediocre movie with a horrible lead. And actually, Gal Gadot's pretty fucking horrible too. But yeah, I think that's kind of like where we're at. There's a lot of people that think that movie bombing the way that it did will make Disney like try to rethink their strategy. I don't think they will at all. I don't think that will change anything.
No. Well, first off, once again, movie with dancing. Number two,
A lot of dancing in that.
like weeks later, Lilo and Stitch came out. They made about $1 billion. So the one where it's about family. So at the end, she leaves her daughter at the fucking neighbors. The daughter study marine life in California because apparently you can't do that in Hawaii. Apparently there's no colleges in Hawaii to study marine life. So let me abandon my daughter in a film about family. That piece of shit.
Logan Wood says the other night I had the idea that Freddy versus Jason should have ended in a dance off to decide the victor. The music for the showdown being the funky Friday the 13th Part 3 theme. That would have been awesome. Would have liked that movie a lot more if that happened.
That'll be the sequel. Oh, he didn't see that Scratch Burtle, but I remember that movie.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
I just looked up at the chat and saw that. I forgot that happened.
That was a movie, and it bombed.
For good reason.
Why do you think this is, though? Because this is true. They don't care if they lose money to spread. Why are they so invested in spreading this message that, like, the majority of people don't even want
Number
in their
one,
movies, anyway?
well, first off, the hardest thing for somebody to admit was they were wrong.
They're
a big
definitely
part
not
of
going to
it.
do that. It doesn't look like.
So it's hard for people to admit that. And instead they go, well, we just have to get through this, and our message will be, we have to sift through the troglodytes that are torpedoing these movies because of these reasons. It's not because we made a bad film. It's because these sickos, they're whatever reasons they give, they don't actually want to look at their movies and say this was piss poorly done, because they think a lot of them really do believe, like, they're sociopaths. What's a sociopath? A person that will think of a lie and then believe it, that it was the truth. You know, they're like Hulk Hogan. They'll take a lie and then they'll believe that it really happened.
Trying to tell me that he wasn't really in Metallica?
Not that I remember. I don't know for certain, but they don't want to admit that they're wrong. When have they ever admitted they were wrong?
Yeah, I don't think that's ever happened.
No.
It's your fault. It's your fault instead. You made it bomb. And we need to fight through it, because eventually we'll win. I really do think that's a mentality some have.
I mean, let me ask you guys a question. This is an honest question that I have. Because I never thought about this until all this shit became more and more woke. Have you ever like really gone to a movie with the idea that you care about like how many of a certain gender or race or
Never.
sexuality or anything like that is in the fucking movie?
No.
Never. Don't care. I mean, if it
It's just
serves the
never.
story or whatever, like, because that's just the story, like, that's fine. But just to put it in there just for the sake of it, it's so obvious. It's pandering. The studios look at the current climate of TikTok or Twitter or whatever the hell, and they're like, well, we got to put this in the film because that's what's going to work, because that's where we are today. And that's so not what filmmaking was ever about.
Here's the
What's
most
up, Rainbow?
here's the most ironic thing about all this. To answer that, I never thought of it. When they kept bringing that aspect up, now I notice it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the irony, is that I think for most people, they never noticed that. They just wanted an entertaining movie or a good movie. But since they embedded it over and over and over again of force you to do this and force you to do that, now they're getting kind of what they didn't want in the first place. Now we do notice, oh, there's this here and that there, and this has a diversity higher. When we didn't think about that before. It's just like they made their own. They pissed in their own soup in a way. Like they diluted their own product in that fashion of now that's all we can see, or how some of us can only see that when we weren't seeing in the first place. So it's like they made their own enemy in a way. And that's like the most ironic thing of it all. Is that most people were not thinking of that. Now it's for a lot of people, that's all they think of.
Well, the problem with what they did with in that regard is that they shoehorn so much of this shit into these movies that now every seeing it now is immediately to just fucking turn and hate it because you automatically know what they're doing. And you know, if they would have gone about it any other way than just like, we're going to force you to like this shit, might have gone better.
Yeah, and this whole narrative that we never had, like people forget, like one of my favorite films is Predator 2. That's an incredibly diverse cast. I didn't love it because it has a diverse cast. I love it because I love the characters and the action and the story and all of it. Predator 2 is one of my favorites. Blade and Blade 2 I love. Those are very diverse casts. I didn't like it because, it stars that. I liked it because I thought it was a badass movie and a fun vampire action movie. Desperado, action film, diverse cast. I didn't go, I like Desperado because of that. Slasher films, how many of them have strong female women? But then those are the ones critics picked apart. But now critics say we need more strong women. Like these are the films you were shit on back in the day that had strong women.
Exactly.
But now you're saying that was never the case until 2016, 20. I'm like, just look at your past. You go in the 80s, you find a ton of strong women in movies and other stuff. You can find it everywhere. I could find it in the Blob remake. I could, you find it everywhere in movies in the 80s alone and 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Where have you guys been? Not you, but these people who are judging. Where have you been? What movies have you seen? It was always there.
Yeah, it was. You're right. Like you look at Day of the Dead, the only strong character in that movie really is the female, the lead.
And
like
even
everybody,
Terry Alexander, even.
Yeah.
Other than Jamaican accent. Yo, man.
Fucking horrible Jamaican accent. This don't even get me started on that.
But sorry, Day of the Dead. Yeah,
I just like, although she's kind of wrong in the movie, she's like the only person that's got her shit together in that whole movie, really. Like everybody else either wants to run or they're breaking down or falling apart or they're crazy. But like, I mean, she's the central lead hero in that film.
Dawn of the Dead, Ken
Dawn of the
Foray.
Dead. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Night of the Living Dead for that matter. I mean,
Right.
back into the 60s. But I think Romero like was doing a lot of shit that was ahead of its time anyway, though, really.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Every single slasher film, the 80s had a strong female who came out on top of the end. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're the ones that Crit is trapped on. But then,
Yeah. I always remember the famous line. It was Siskel and Ebert would say, these films hate women. These films hate that women are in power and that they're having their own life and that kind of thing. And they're demonizing women. And I'm like, where do you see that? Typically, they survive. They kill the killer or stop whatever's going on.
I think there's an old saying, like, if you're a hammer, all you see is nails. Like, I think like, if you will see whatever the fuck you want to see, like if you're already predisposed to see like that or to believe that, then you'll get that out of those movies. And that's really what's going on now, I think. Like, and it's probably a lot of the reason why this whole shit started with the woke movement is because people saw this underrepresentation, but it wasn't because it was particularly like really there as much as it was they just wanted to see it. They believed it was so, and then they kind of fucking forced it into reality, and now like did the exact opposite and made it all about like, you know, everybody in a movie can't be white, which is such an odd turn if you're trying to fight racism. It's or gender, like it's such an odd fucking way to go about this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Deer Hunter. I mean, I know what you're trying to say, but like to lump every film in as being the same as something like Maniac, where the killer typically is targeting only women, is asinine. And at that rate, you're not even watching the film because men get killed too. What about all the guys that die? They don't have an issue with that either. It's like, where do you draw the line with it if you're going to
well,
make those types
also
of
in
criticisms?
those, men is usually the killer, so they're the ones who, or at least that main one, is the despicable, horrible, terrible person,
Yeah.
and not the woman.
Mm-hmm.
So
you know why they did that though? It's because that was the truth. That's like 99% of killers were fucking men.
Exactly.
Like they weren't doing
Yeah.
it because it was part of some
Right.
sort of idea. It was just doing it because that was the truth.
That's the way
was
that it is.
That's
Yeah.
the facts
Yeah.
of the situation.
Yeah, statistically, that's how it is. I mean, why would you make a film that's anything but authentic, at least in that regard?
I don't know what they try to make women in these newer movies physically stronger is the difference.
well, it's funny if they try to do that, they don't look the part. And I say you have to look like China, the person,
Right.
not the country. But there's better ways to do it, and honestly, I think there's not a lot of good actors. You don't have your Demi Moores, your Gina Davises, a lot of these women can't act anyway.
What do you mean, Rambo? We got Zendaya now. But she's every bit as good as they were.
Sure. Fuck's
I
sake.
haven't seen the Red Sonja trailer.
Didn't watch it yet.
I didn't know there was one.
I saw the thumbnail, but I didn't even click on it.
News to me.
Yeah, so people were mentioning Kill Bill. This was what, 2003 when that movie came out. Strong female characters,
Yeah, Kill
multiple
Bill.
strong female characters.
Planet Terror.
As was
Yeah.
Planet Terror, yeah. Xena, which was like fucking, what was that, 90s?
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
don't know.
you
It
could
just
go on,
feels
yeah.
like you don't have to like make everything about one centralized theme, right? Which is like, so like every movie that comes out now seems to be some sort of apology for something that they perceive as happened in the past. Like,
Literally with your disclaimers
yeah,
and people saying, "Well, that was the past. We apologize. We're not that way anymore."
but
Yeah,
it,
you're
it
more
feels,
boring.
yeah, and it feels like that all the movies they make now are just like a way to try to apologize to people that they don't really even need to apologize to. Like, so like, you know, we put, here's the strong female character to apologize for the weak female characters. I don't even like, where are all these fucking weak female characters at though? Did that really even exist? Like,
Maybe in the 50s with those sci-fi, like, the girl going, "Ew," maybe in
yeah,
the
but how far back?
1950s,
You got to go back to the 50s and shit. Like, yeah.
but not the
Uh,
70s or 80s, 70s. I mean, yeah, people mentioned Pam Grier. I saw in Precinct 13. I'm bad with names, but she was standing up with the other two at the end, all three of them,
yep.
defending the precinct. She got shot. She didn't even give a shit. She got shot. She's like, "Oh, whatever. It's pretty strong to me." Yeah, Wonder Woman.
Sigourney Weaver. Yeah. In Alien.
Yeah.
That was 1979. Yeah, that's true. I spit on your grave. That might
Oh,
have
yeah.
been. It might have been one of the best and worst examples of it.
Oh,
All right.
don't get me started on that Chucky TV show.
So I think it's, to kind of end the part of the woke stuff. I think it's pretty safe to say that like nobody that I know of really enjoys those movies. That have an agenda, that are politically or like driven in that way, or
Because
like,
they're racist.
that's that's right, Remo. Like that's why they don't enjoy them. It was an experiment. I pray to God that experiment like goes away soon. I have a feeling that it won't, but I hope it does.
Yeah, I could only imagine that box office returns and receipts are going to show them the way that, like, well, maybe this isn't working. Let's jump on to the next thing. And whatever the next thing will be, I'd like to think that it will be something better than where we are now with all this shit. Can only hope.
Yeah.
All right, so y'all ready to talk about the Nightmare on Elm Street box set? Woo! Come on!
I love the Elm Street films more than probably anybody here. But I'm so like, I'll talk about it here, but I'm like, can people just shut up about the Elm Street box set? Jeez.
No,
Like every
no
like
one
5
can
minutes.
ever shut up about it.
Just wait till it comes out, then you can buy it or not. I mean, I love those films except part 5. But I'm like, I don't want to say every 5 minutes there's this and it's a fake fucking art. Like,
I don't think I've ever heard more complaint about artwork for a physical media set.
I don't think I have either. People, listen, people are really fucking invested in this set, man. Like hardcore into like what this looks like. I've never seen anything like it.
I mean, I love the films, but just wait till they'll do it eventually, and then you can talk about it. Like, just wait a bit.
I think they should honestly at this point just release it like it's up on Amazon, just a black box set. That would be so killer if they did that. Just a huge fuck you to everybody that's going on about it. Uncle Bill, it was a super chat from Bobby. Sorry,
I
Uncle
swear
Bill
to
is,
God, I did not think they said rock.
I didn't either. Uncle Bill is eating 2 4-inch rock French toast with peanut butter jelly, graham crackers, honey, and whipped cream. Matt said, "What happened? You eat that and don't work out?" Uncle Bill said, "Well, num num num." Matt, You get fat. He can't eat.
Shit, with all that diabetes too.
Bobby, this one reminds me of like Marty Jannetty's posts when he posts shit on Facebook, Twitter. She been daughter. Once it
gotta
goes on
eat.
the what? Hey, who gives a fuck? On the not.
What are your thoughts on it? Because it was in a Discord. I know people have made videos. I know they got trolled. I did hear about that from the AI art. Which
I thought-
you could guess there was art. I remember the video you guys did where you knew pretty quickly it was AI art. The Freddy in the bed.
Well, yeah, because
the death bed. The bed they eat.
so like CK was talking about, like he had texted me and he was like, do you want to get on top of this and like do a video about it? I'm like, do you think that's real? Like, look at that fucking thing. Like, it looks like something I would make, like just enter in Chat GPT, like create like a dumbass Nightmare on Elm Street box set cover and it would do it. Like, it was so clearly not anything that anybody would put out. You know what I mean? Like it didn't, the picture didn't match the background. Like it was all fucked up. Like there's no way anybody's releasing that. But like, apparently,
I mean, they could. I don't know. Look at the fucking Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X covers.
Well, I think
Those
they
are as lazy
assume
as it gets.
it's like back in the day when they released those Friday the 13th DVDs. That was like, here's Jason, and then there's like foliage behind him, or like those old DVDs. But I mean, you guys said it best with the way things are and AI rampant. You could create anything like that. And I get that people want to jump on stuff to get it out there to helps their channel and stuff, but you have to be careful because there's going to be more. If it works this time, it's only going to happen much more often.
You're going to see a huge influx of trolls creating like fake cover art for things now, and these people are, a lot of people are going to like talk about it, and it's going to be bad. Like at this point, you can still kind of tell like what's AI and not going to be probably released by a major studio, but it'll get to the point pretty soon where you won't be able to tell, and that's going to be really funny. But here's the thing about Nightmare on Elm Street to me, though. I don't give a shit. Like, that's my least favorite series of any of the main series, like as a whole anyway. So it's like, whatever, you know. Yeah. You could literally release it in that black box, and I wouldn't give a shit. Like, I don't care. So do whatever they want. I would be buying it for the films anyway.
How about
even
you,
though
Marq?
I don't like the last couple.
Right, yeah. I'm kind of the same way. Like, that's one of my lesser favorite series. I love Robert in them. I mean, the movies, the later ones are bad, but Robert's always the mainstay and the one thing to look forward to. As far as the artwork goes for the actual box set, I think more and more, and maybe it's just I'm getting jaded with all this physical media stuff. With this one, I didn't care. I saw it and I was like, I don't know if that's real. I kind of had the same reaction. Just don't care that much. I mean, it'd be cool if there was the original poster art on each case, but even if that's not there, it's just like, whatever. I think I'm getting jaded on a lot of this stuff.
Well, this is the new trend to do. Is buying like box sets to put your box sets in.
Don't get near me, I'll rip it. Like for me, I'm the opposite, where it is my favorite of the franchise, like of the majors. So I should be the guy that looks forward to this, but I'm like, I don't care about the R word. You guys know me. I rip the shit up for a super chat. I just care about the content. And that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting, just tell me what the content is, what's actually in each one. Hopefully it won't be, but hopefully a fair price. I know it won't be a cheap price, but somewhat
I
fair.
already know what it is. It's up for pre-order, by the way. Sean just asked that. It is up for pre-order on Amazon. It's $170 some dollars.
Right. Is it 7 or 8 movies?
7?
I
Okay,
think
so
it's 7.
Says I didn't
Yeah.
know if the remake would be in there. Which I'm glad it
God
would not
damn!
be.
If that
Yeah.
remake was in there, I'd make it go down, wouldn't it? It'd be like 160.
But I'd just be surprised it wasn't because it's the same
Yeah,
company.
I assumed it would be in it, but I guess it's not.
But I just want to know what the content is. That's what I care about, and I think that's more important to me is the content. And if they do it right and not screw up issues, errors, all that stuff.
Yeah, quality control is key for sure.
But yeah, I want to know what the content is.
Right.
Logan Wood just became a sponsor.
Very cool.
Nice.
That's killer. I'm not sure what the hell that means exactly, but I'm glad you did.
Maybe someone maybe
gave the
maybe someone, I don't know.
gifted it to him or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. 174. Yeah. Okay. I mean, look, here's the sad truth of it is that's the last big horror anything really left at this point that
You
they
wanna-
haven't done.
You don't want a
something with-
4K Leatherface box set? 4K chainsaw box set somehow, in some way. Somehow they got all of them together.
and put them
all
in a
the Texas
chainsaw. Yeah. Put in another fucking chainsaw case.
A full-size chainsaw.
Yeah, charged like $400 for it. No.
Or 4K leprechaun set. Made in
Yeah.
in
This
8K.
is 100% true too. People are crying about the packaging movies are coming in, or the reason companies are charging as much as they are for this kind of stuff compared to like 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah, like they're driving the market really, like towards what it is now.
If there's a demand for it, someone will be ready to commit to that demand because it's a money business. They're there to make money. They see you have the money to spend, they're going to do it. And you're still going to pay for it. And people who complain about it, they're still going to buy it and they don't show it in their video. So you're complaining all this time and you're still buying the shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
Stop sending me fucking art cards and small ass posts. I think that trend's kind of died down though. I think people are just finally kind of like over that idea of like art cards and fucking posters and stuff being in your shit.
I don't know. Like
I hope they are anyway. Jeez, I mean that's wishful thinking, but goddamn, like I'm over it. I know that.
Yeah,
I have no desire.
Second Sight's just making so much money with all their limited editions, and they do a great job. The packaging is cool and whatnot, but I don't really need art cards or promo cards or whatever the hell it is. I don't need that. I never look at them anyway.
You buy the keep yet, Mark?
I do not buy the keep.
You need to.
No, you don't. Be perfectly fine without it.
Is that the case, William? William says the Zavi set is more.
Let me look it up real quick.
I know sometimes they do like exclusive releases for stuff, so maybe that's why. They could have something extra with it or their own exclusive version of it.
So
It's very possible.
On Zavi UK, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Although they have a US version of it, but it might just take you to the UK.
It's 199 pounds. Whatever the hell that translates to. That is quite a bit more, I know.
There should be a way to I think at the top there's like the little flag. If you click that, it should take you to the US site version. And I don't know if you want to do that just to see the price on there.
Of course, Mark would know about this shit.
I've ordered from them a few times. They do have some cool exclusives.
All right, let's see what they got. Saved U.S. currency, that equals $267.99.
They've got some exclusive limited version. Or something.
Wonder if it's like a Freddy glove or something.
I was thinking that there might be like a prop glove in it, or
Dude, fucking who cares? Like one old cheap ass plastic Freddy glove and charge like $100 more. Some dumbass will buy that too. I guarantee they'll do a video about it opening up. Oh my god, I got a fucking Freddy glove.
You mean like the little chainsaw?
Yeah. Let me try on this glove and they'll put it on.
it'll be
Oh.
like the little Myers mask they put in that Halloween commemorative box set.
Oh
Remember
my
that?
god, I remember that. Yeah, it was like that big. Like
Yeah.
the
Or
actual-
remember that really shitty Jason mask for the Friday set that they did?
Yep.
It was a really cheap mask. But I'm thinking anybody who's a fan of like a real diehard fan, they've got at least one Myers mask that they like, or some kind of hockey mask, or a glove even. They've got all that shit.
This is one time I actually agree with Justin. Crazy, extra stupid shit.
Yeah, that's what matters. At the end of the day, I always say this. That's what matters is the content. That's what you don't be paying attention. The other stuff you'll pay attention to at most a day. You're not a month from now. You're not going to look at any of that stuff. It's maybe the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like whatever the limited stuff. Ask yourself, when was the last time you looked at it, perused it, played with it, whatever? When was the last time?
I put
The last time I played
Freddy
with it-
glove on every night.
It's a very personal question, Rambo.
Well, you need that Median popcorn bucket.
The Megan fuck bucket.
That's all. Yeah.
Listen, I was on what is that company that does the fucking popcorn buckets and shit now? What is that?
Regal Cinema?
Was it Regal? It was one of them.
Regal.
Yeah.
And I was just looking to see like how many different popcorn buckets that they have. Man, there's like a fucking $50 or $60 popcorn bucket for every new movie that comes out. Like
saw
the
that.
lamest shit ever. Just like, and you know, there's somebody out there right now that has every one of those too. I guarantee it. That's bought every one of them fucking popcorn buckets and has them like in a shelf or something, probably behind glass at this point. Like,
On the Discord, Wes wanted a picture. I sent him a picture. It's on the Discord. A whole shelf of popcorn buckets.
somebody had.
Yeah, I
Oh
put on the
my God.
Discord. There's a picture. There's like the Wolverine with his mouth open.
Yeah.
There's
I got a couple, but I don't have like all of them. Like that's ridiculous.
the like. Here's my popcorn collection, guys.
Remember the Doom one you could fuck? It was like a flashlight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah.
That was just bizarre. Oh, but
Give you
anyway.
a nice rash. That thing,
Yeah.
some chafage.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll show. I put it in the private chat.
Let's see. God damn it.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
I didn't. What's the Batman one? I don't even remember that.
Maybe for the Batman, or maybe Flash. Maybe they had a Batman because Michael Keaton was in it.
That has to be what it was. Yeah.
Good Lord. What a bunch of junk.
Can you show that on here? You gotta
Yes.
show-
I
There you go.
can't believe. I can believe this. I'm not even gonna lie. I
Well,
can
you
totally
can
believe it.
always believe it.
This is what I'm looking at here. Let's see if I can.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to zoom it in. Well, that works.
So somebody's got like every fucking one. What a wild array of movies too. Look at that, Trolls, and Star Wars, and Batman, Spider-Man,
Oh
Alien,
my god.
There's
Jurassic Park.
I can see
Wolverine.
like the top is Trolls, Black Adam,
Mhm.
Inside Out 2, Wakanda Forever, R2D2, Star Wars. There's Spider-Verse, there's Ant-Man, there's Ghostbusters. I think there's one that was for that Borderlands with Eli Roth.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah.
The
I
third
see it.
shelf.
Come on.
From going down the third shelf. Right next to like the
What the
raccoon.
fuck? How's that making it smaller when I'm going up? Motherfucker.
Yeah, it's the third shelf.
Ah.
It's the one in the middle. The shelf right in the middle. Like if you could look right in the middle, like to the left is that robot Jack Black voiced.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
It's right by Optimus Prime and the
Uh-huh.
raccoon. So Borderlands even had one. There's Alien Romulus, I think, with the face hugger. There's Dune right by Garfield. He looks drunk too because he's right by the dune, so he's got drunk and now have something to fuck.
That looks like a different one from the one that I have, the face hugger one.
It's the one I have. The face hugger is a little smaller.
Marq collects them too.
I've got like 2 or 3. I've got like 50.
You gotta collect them all. They're like Pokemon, apparently.
No.
You need Claptrap, Borderlands. You need that one. Give Eli Roth to sign it.
Oh my god,
that'd be hilarious. Sign my popcorn buck. Do you have this film that bombed?
jeez.
But that's a new thing now. Popcorn buckets.
Yeah, I think
Justin Marino says I would sweet chin music that display. The guy definitely tried face fucking the Wolverine one. Oh god. It is basically a thrift store full of junk. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I just wonder what will be next because, you know, they're always looking for something next because these theaters, like the theaters doing this because they need the money because people are not seeing movies as often as usual because why would they?
Mm-hmm.
So it makes me wonder what else they're going to do to try to get some more income in. Because I don't blame the theaters because if people are paying for them, they need to survive.
I feel like that they figured out, like this was a income stream, and all of a sudden people like wanted those and they were selling out like crazy.
Like
at this
crazy.
point, probably not even close to what it was then, but they just took that and ran with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now this is another one. Listen, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that I marked out and just ordered this one immediately from Diabolic.
Of course.
I saw the pre-order sold out.
It did, but they're getting more of them. But like, I kind of felt bad about it. It's not a limited release. Like, I just kind of like got FOMO'd into like thinking that I had to buy it really quick, but it's not like it's going to sell out. It's from a major studio, so I'm sure they made a ton of the fucking things.
Well, this one is the one that anybody could have the excuse to say, like, I pre-ordered it right away. Because, I mean, you are getting a completely different cut of the film. You're getting a lot more footage that you've always wanted to see. And I know
you see a lot more footage. Isn't it only like a 2-minute difference?
I don't know. I didn't. Do they have the running time listed?
They did at one point.
Yeah, I
think it was only like a 2-3 minute difference.
Most of it that's added back in is gore scenes, though, which I've wanted to see forever anyway.
I thought there were like other like alternate cuts and stuff, like or scenes that were taken out, like were put back in.
We'll find out.
I thought, okay,
I could be wrong. I thought the running.
Yeah, Rambo, you son of a bitch, you're wrong. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Did I be wrong?
You might be right. I don't.
Be like the thing. Well, if you're wrong, McCree, then I'm wrong.
Let's see, not to 90.
I mean, if it's a difference, like in terms of some of the plot and little things here and there, like Reanimator, like I like the integral cut of the film.
I haven't seen that.
The subplot portion where you have Herbert injecting the reagent into himself and he gets addicted to it and what it does to somebody that's still alive. I like that. That's kind of cool.
Right. Cool.
So if it's anything extra like that in, like, that'd be really, really cool to see.
Son of a bitch, bulls. This should be easy to find. Yeah. 4K. Yachty fucking yachty. Pre-orders up. Oh yeah, this is where he was like Jesse from Diabolic was posting for people to leave him alone because it sold out. He goes, Jesse from Diabolic here. We were given a amount that we could sell and we sold them. All the other shops will likely get some too, but I'd be very leery of ordering from someone that isn't concerned about how many they are actually going to get to fill orders. I'd rather turn people away than take a order I didn't think I could actually fill. We are working on getting more, but even if we are given more, we may not know until close to release date. He goes, do you think that we don't want to sell them? No one is more frustrated than me. All right. So let's see. Yeah, they took it completely off of the site is the problem that I'm having. Because that's what I was gonna use to like look at it, but they took the entire listing off.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody put up that South Park thing that says, and it's gone.
Yeah, I'm sure Orbit and other sites will have it like any day now.
I think it was on Disconnected, maybe.
Yeah, because I saw the screenshots of the artwork, the front and back, and if you could find the back, I'm sure you could see the running time for the new cut.
Okay, uncensored cut. And then here's the front. And then there's no fucking back.
Oh, okay.
It literally just says uncensored cut. Says, in addition to the theatrical version, a new uncensored cut is including both newly restored in 4K, supervised by Savini. The alternate cut restores gore that was originally cut to avoid an X rating, in addition to starting in black and white before transitioning to color.
Okay.
But it doesn't have like an idea of how much time or anything.
Okay. Oh, okay.
The first comment, I'm sorry, but this is killer. The first comment, somebody goes, yeah, but you need a 4K player to watch the uncut version. I hate these movies too, as they screw people over who want to see the cut but don't own a 4K player. Somebody responds, what the fuck are you talking about? Yes, a 4K remaster requires a 4K player. No one is being screwed over.
Well, Phantasmat just commented and said the uncut version will be on the Blu-ray too.
Well, there you go. Eat a dick.
Phantasmat, did they say like the uncut and the cut, like what differences time wise? Like how long is one compared with the other? Like, is it just a couple minutes longer or something?
Yeah, if anybody knows that in terms of like the amount of time, because I have no idea.
Yeah, please post it. I'm curious now.
Oh, this is different. I'm like, what the fuck does this cover? But this is a different company. Because I never saw this cover. Oh, sorry. So Umbrella, I just did. I've never seen that cover before.
Yeah, I've never seen that one either.
But it makes sense why you pre-order. I mean, it's a good movie, so I don't know why you feel bad with the FOMO stuff. I mean, you were going to get it eventually, and you liked the film, so
Right.
there's nothing wrong with it.
92 minutes on and cut. Okay.
How long is the film? The theatrical. I have no idea.
I think it's like 90 or 89.
Yeah. So my guess is that it will be a lot of just shots of like people getting shot in the head
Yeah.
and like things like
That's
that with the
A
actual
couple disembowelments or something.
yeah.
That's good. And when was the release? Like the release date?
September.
Yeah.
See.
September something.
Very cool. Like you said, Mark, it's too bad they didn't get Tony Todd.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not a complaint. That's just the only thing I'm like, oh, that's too bad. Because I'd love to hear him talk about it.
It is weird that he's not on that anywhere. Like
I don't know how they missed him. Like they've
Because
been
he
working
said-
on that thing for years.
I don't say when did they start.
I saw a post from one of the actors in it years ago, like at least 2 years ago. And they made the mistake of like revealing it before it was ever announced. And I figured, well, okay, so they're getting everybody for it. But somehow they didn't get the lead guy. It's just very weird.
have you ever thought about doing a video on your favorite vinyl records? No. But that might be something that
Bless
I actually do.
So what other stuff are you looking forward to physically other than Night of the Living Dead? Just that? Because I know Vinegar Syndrome, nah.
I ain't looking forward to none of their shit. I know that.
Not
God.
Astro 3 or did you order your Mac and Me?
I did. I did order Mac and Me.
God damn you. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
You know what else, Rambo?
I'm
Hold on
serious.
1 second.
Okay. So with long legs.
That's probably what it
Same
is.
one that I showed before, but fuck you, Rambo. Look at this.
I know you love long legs.
Look
I found
at
a picture. I found a picture. You loving long legs.
Long legs, if you will.
But Night of the Living Dead's a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I did order Mac and Me. I've already ordered it. And the only other thing I ordered from that sale was Frostbiter. It was one of the daily deals. That was the last day. And I don't have that movie, so I just went ahead and ordered that too. It's like $13 after everything.
Oh, okay.
Severin's got a sale coming up. I'm really looking forward to though, because I have a feeling they're going to really put a lot of their older stuff on sale. It's coming up, I think, in the 25th or something like that.
Well, what would you want to be on sale for you to get?
Oh my! From Severin,
Yeah, like the ones you're most interested in, like a top 3.
any Bruno Mattei stuff.
The
I'll
Bava
immediately
set.
get Claudio Fragasso, any of the Bava stuff. A lot of the Italian stuff is really what I'm looking forward to on there.
Gotcha. Danza Macabre Volume
Tony
4.
Danza, Macabre. Yeah.
Cool.
What are your thoughts on the Severin reveal? So, have you seen these yet, Rambo? They're not great yet.
I'll
be
That's
honest
what I was
with
looking at. Trying to get it on my phone, but
So, let's see.
It's a bunch of random bullshit.
It is a bunch of really random bullshit.
so that good, huh?
Mm-hmm.
No, not so far. Let me go ahead and see if I can pull this up real quick.
So are they supposed to announce more during the sale? Or
Yeah,
is
it's one of those ones where I think they keep announcing shit all the way up to the sale almost.
No stage fright.
No,
let that ever be.
it could be one of them eventually.
Yeah,
I hope so.
Eventually.
No.
Give it a few years. The one I am looking forward to is in September, Night of the Juggler by Tino Lorber, because I think it's an underrated film, Night of the Juggler.
Oh, right. Yeah. I did see that's coming up.
So
That'll be
very
good.
cool, because that's only been on VHS.
I'm gonna bring.
But underrated film.
I was going to bring that up. I'm glad that you mentioned that.
Yeah, it's for those who haven't seen it. It stars James Brolin looking for his daughter in New York City.
That's too much shit. Hold on. That's like one of those fucking things that goes to eternity, like infinity fucking screens. Hold on, I gotta figure that out better than that. Fuck. Just go with the window. That'd probably be a better idea there.
Yeah, Phantasm, I think you'll like it. If you want a film that really shows how New York was during that time period, that definitely does a good job showing New York during that early 80s. Before he set his Street Forever feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
In a way where it's kind of like Taken of its time in a way where, the guy's his daughter's taken and he's got to go chase her, get her back throughout New York.
Mm-hmm.
Forget the guy who played the bad guy, but he did a good job.
There we go. Here's what you're talking about, Rambo, is right there.
Yes. Very cool that Tino Lorber got that. That to me was a surprise. And I know the guy who runs Tino, he's very passionate about it because I've seen interviews that was one he wanted for a while. And I'd be surprised, like, the last I heard, like, someone owned it and they wanted too much money. But I guess they worked some deal or something. I assume that's why they got this. So very cool. And then it's Tino Lorber, so the price will be fair.
Yeah.
And again, it's only on VHS. To see it cleaned up at all will be nice.
In 4K nonetheless, so yeah. Blu-ray as well. Well, where the fuck am I supposed to find that other shit at? Where did I see that? Where did I see that at? Well, let's try this. Hold on.
Sure.
Just go to fucking Severin's shit.
Yeah, like most Tino Lorber, it'll be on Amazon and stuff.
Yeah.
And even from Tino Lorber's site, I mean, they're fair as well, but they'll be on Amazon, especially when it gets closer to September. That's where I got the other Tino Lorber, like Death Machine and Perfect Weapon. That was from Amazon. So
Yeah, same here. I think the only time I end up ordering from Kino Direct is when they do like a crazy sale or something. Then I'll get a bunch of titles all at once.
They need more Jeff Speakman movies on Blu-ray. Tino Lorber, come on.
That'd be cool.
It's actually true.
That would be really cool.
Just like his other film, Street Night, was only available in Germany, of course, by that Retro Gold. I think is what they're called.
Yeah, Retro Gold.
Like, oh, they're doing Street Night. Oh, I can't order it because my bank won't let me buy overseas, so I can't buy it. I mean, thank you for keeping me safe, bank, but I can't get some of these fucking movies though.
They still have it on there?
It might be. I don't know.
How long ago was it? Was it you saw it?
I mean, I could go look there now while he's doing it. I could just look. Because I think the release was in June.
Yeah, they seem to keep a better inventory than that other site, that Brother Belial site. That one, they sell out of shit so quick. But Retro, I don't know if they have a bigger stock or maybe less people know about them. I don't know.
Okay, so I can't get this to show up on here because I'm using a different fucking browser. But okay, Night of the Sharks is one that Severin's releasing. That apparently has Treat Williams in it.
Huh.
They went really heavy on the shark films this time.
Oh,
okay. So you got that. You've got Skinheads. Claudio Fragasso film.
Sounds good. Gonna have to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Please do a video you showing Skinheads.
Yes,
they're my favorite film. I love the Skinheads.
And then Monster Shark, which is a Lamberto Bava movie about a sea creature shark demon thing. So those have been like the main announcements that I can remember, and none of them have been very thrilling.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah, to answer your question, Mark, yeah, they're still on the Retro Gold site, the Street Nine and stuff, the media books,
Cool. I'm gonna check that out.
because nah, they didn't get sold out or anything. You just go on there, you just type Street Night.
Okay.
Hold on,
Retro
here's
Gold.
Bobby.
Well,
Would you
okay.
think it's rare for two guys makes two different movies of the same character around the same time, like Pippi Longstocking?
Two guys making a film about the same character?
Around the
Yeah, that
same
could.
time.
Yeah, because I saw 3 Popeye movies and they were pretty
Oh,
different.
shit.
One was a horrible comedy where Popeye shit down someone's throat. One was a guy. It was like one was just ripping off Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street, because it was he dies in a lake, but also a town went to burn his place down. So I tried to combine the two.
Yeah.
And then one was he was somewhere in a spinach factory. Goes. So yeah, you could have the same character, but you make 3 different versions of it.
There's the Frankenstein movies as well, right? The Del Toro one and then the Maggie Gyllenhaal one.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
Old watermelon head. So I guess,
Potato.
I guess that is it for tonight. We're 2 hours and 20 minutes in. There's a lot of shit coming out, but like, gotta wait on Nightmare on Elm Street. You gotta wait on the Night of the Living Dead 4K. A lot of stuff coming out from Saber. We gotta wait on. Just a lot of pre-order stuff. Oh yeah, real quick before we go, the shit with we didn't talk about this, but the shit with the lawsuit. Apparently, the fake lawsuit that
I saw that.
was going on. This is another
What?
thing with AI that's a problem. Did you see the fake lawsuit for Masker Video?
No. What happened with this?
So, like, somebody posted a picture of like the front of, you know, how you see like a legal brief that says like a lawsuit or something like that, and it had Masker Video and the guy that owns it, and then it had filing for bankruptcy. Basically, that was like the document.
Okay.
And then that guy was like, this went on for like a day or two, and everybody was reposting it and putting it out there and stuff and saying that they were going under and all this. And that guy got on there and was like, this is fake. Like, this is not a real, like, somebody just created this. It's not a real like document or anything like that. We're not going out of business. We're not filing bankruptcy. Like, nothing like that's happening. So I just thought that was bizarre that went on like that. But I did around that time when I thought it was real myself, I did email it guys and be like, listen, give me a fucking refund or tell me when my shit's shipping. Cause like, you assholes, I would have done that anyway though at that point. Like, it's been since November for the one title. And some people have been waiting on that other one since what, like February of last year?
Is that Murder
Mhm.
Set Pieces?
Murder Set Pieces is the one I ordered in November.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
okay.
And then what was the other one, people? I didn't get it, but people are waiting on it too. You got it, didn't you, Mark?
Which one?
I don't fucking remember.
I didn't get Murder Set Pieces. I know I didn't.
Yeah, but wasn't there another one that you ordered from them that's been like people been waiting on it for a fucking decade now?
I don't think so. No, I haven't placed any orders from Masker Video.
The Black Devil doll from Hell Mask.
That was what it was. Mark's waiting on that.
There's Anthropophagus. There's
Hack-A-Lantern. That's what it was. The Hack-A-Lantern 4K pre-order was last July. So yeah,
It's been a full year.
it's been a year now. Yeah.
Hack-A-Lantern 4.
Rambo, that movie's worth the wait. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I hope you watch that movie.
I've seen it.
It was worth
Just
it.
joking. No,
Was it worth the price?
I ain't fucking buying Hack-A-Lantern.
Oh, you'll buy Hack-A-Lantern. It's actually a pretty stupid fun movie, but that's a different story for a different day.
I don't remember if I've seen it, to be honest.
We need to do a commentary of Hack and Lantern.
If it's the movie I'm thinking about, then yeah, I wasn't a big fan. But I mean, there's quite a few movies with that type of title, so I could be wrong. I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
All right, so we will. I guess we'll call it at 2 hours and 24 minutes in. This coming week, we ain't probably doing a whole bunch of shit. There might be a video drop, but in terms of live stuff, there's probably not gonna be anything because CK's on vacation. So yeah, he'll be out for a week. Try to do something. I don't know what yet, but if anybody has any ideas or wants to do any like collaborations or anything like that, then yeah, we can do that. Anybody?
I think Uncle Bill and Marq needs to watch Axum, because that's another one I had to watch. You never heard of Axum?
What the fuck is Axum?
It was made in 1992, but it came out in the 2000s. It is one of the worst films ever made by a guy who is the son of a congressman. And it is the most inept movie. Like, there's a whole 5-minute scene that people just doing yo mama jokes. There's it's so incompetent. There's these two drunk guys, and they're told to leave, and you hear the director yell, "Cut!" And then it cuts.
Like,
it's very diverse. Everybody's black in it, so it's very diverse.
Sounds
and it is
sounds good.
It is like on the top. It's like Things. It's as good as Things. Like that's how horribly made it is. Axum.
Now I'll have to watch that now.
It's on YouTube for free. It's funny. The person's Axum, the worst movie ever made. That's how it's on YouTube.
I'll be the judge of that. I've seen some pretty horrible fucking movies.
It's pretty damn bad. The sounds, like if one person's talking, everybody's talking, so you don't know what anyone is hearing. People will appear here, disappear there. It's hard. It's so piss poorly made. There's like a guy, when he dies, the camera's on him and the glasses go like this. There's one scene where he literally goes, "I've fallen and I can't get up." Trying to be like Steve Urkel. There's a guy. There's a lot of horrible shit in that movie. It's kind of funny, but it's so like piss poorly made. It's a film to watch. Axum. Watch it tonight, folks.
I will definitely watch it. Not tonight though, but probably very soon.
Good luck.
All right. Thanks to Marq and Matt. And Matt, what do you got coming up?
Long story short, a lot of requests coming up thanks to people out there. So played the Rambo game for an hour, one of the worst games I've ever played for PlayStation 3. Be finishing Resident Evil Village playthrough, a lot of random stuff. Upload my thoughts on the Running Man trailer. That was a request. Axum, Howling 7, and a lot of random videos in between there. So thanks to people out there. A lot of stuff to come still. So stay tuned for those who are interested.
All right, Marq, what are you doing?
We're doing the commentary for Menace still. I told all of you about that last Saturday, that we'd be doing it this week. So that is coming up either tomorrow or Sunday. So look out for that on the weekend.
I look forward to that. See what this thumbnail is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I still haven't shown you. You'll see it.
I can't wait either, just to see the thumbnail. All right, guys. So as always, everybody dies. Friday night lives. See you guys. What the fuck's going on?
I want all these people to click everything they're supposed to click.
You haven't been liking them, you haven't been subscribing to them, you haven't clicked the bell or notification or anything like that.
Folks, why don't you
What the-
God damn it.
What
Wait,
happened?
fucking going off. Hold on.
I want all these people to click everything they're supposed to click.
You haven't been liking them, you haven't been subscribing to them, you haven't clicked the bell or notification or anything like that.
Folks, why don't you click the like button?
You hate us? Do you not want to see us succeed?
Why don't you click the heart button?
Is this something that you have against our particular show?
Why don't you subscribe?
You should click on one of them buttons right now if you want us to continue to bring greatness into your life.
There's all kinds of wonderful shirts over at shop.deadpit.com. Simply the best horror shirts. On TeePublic, there are others, but they all suck. You can get some Dead Pit radio shirts. You can get Last Out on the Left. The Hills Have Eyes. Texas Chainsaw. Oh, wait, you can't say Texas Chainsaw. All kinds of shirts, folks. You're gonna love them. Shop.deadpit.com.
Special thanks goes out to our supporters on Patreon. You know what kind of stuff you can get on Patreon, Uncle Bill, starting at only $1 a month?
What's that?
Access to every Dead Pit show since 2005. We got almost 200 fan commentaries that we've done over the decades.
Here's what other fucking Patreons do. They're like, hey, give us money and then we'll let you see a video early that we're going to release like a fucking week from now, and then that's all we're going to give you. Meanwhile, we have a literal jukebox full of songs, thousands of reviews. I don't even know how many shows are up on there now that we've done over the years.
Hundreds of thousands.
You need to figure this out now and subscribe to us on Patreon and YouTube and Instagram. And help us to 1 million. The road to 1 million subscribers starts today.
So deadpitonpatreon.com. Join today. Tiers start at only $1, but I'd recommend at least the $10 tier.
You can do 50. The stock market's crashing around us, folks.